Hi everybody, namaste. It's Alyogi here. It's great to see you on Green Living Path. Now, just a little bit about yoga. All asanas, poses, is called Hatha yoga. Hatha, male, female. Ha being male and Tha being female. Okay, so that's just one of the yogas I do. I've studied under BK Iyengar and Ashtanga. I've done. That's primarily with poses, asanas, but also I've studied Kriya Yoga. I've been initiated into Kriya Yoga, which is to do with all your chakras. Okay, and then I've also been initiated into Raj Yoga, which is a meditation that goes to the subtle realm. So there's various types of yoga. Yoga has a whole plethora of different aspects to it. It's not just asanas, but the West, because we're predominantly scientific and heavily into materialism, we have obviously started with asanas predominantly, and then work from there with our body. But it also has a huge effect on the mind state. So that's kind of a basic overview of yoga, very basic for beginners. So today, what we're going to do is we're just going to work on the hips, opening the hips, just with some really basic poses. And you want to be taking in breath through the nose here. We've got receptors that take in prana. There's 5 different types of prana, but I won't get into that. So we're just taking in prana through the nose and into the receptors and just going. So you're basically building up a reservoir when you're doing yoga of prana in your body, so that you can take in more prana, you're more energized. And obviously eating sattvic, very vegetarian I am, that has a huge effect on your mind state as well. So just bear in mind that. Now, just with opening the hips, it's something that we've just got to progress at, okay? So just with the first pose we're going to do, we're just going to do a basic hip opening pose, and there's different stages you can do. So just looking at this pose here, you want to be working your, just wherever you're at, just opening, playing with it, putting your start. If you can't do the, put your leg out like that, parallel, you can start it like that. So I'll just start it like that, and then going to just gently opening the hips, rolling over the hips, and then you go into the full pose. And coming up. So that's just trying to open the pose, but just taking it to different steps, different phases. So we'll just try it again. You put your shin bone out parallel, okay, and then you can go into Sphinx pose, just stretching, and then full pose. So you just want to, wherever you're at in yoga, it's important to focus on sukha, comfortable in the pose. Your pain threshold's out here, but you want to be here. Okay, a lot of people take gym mentality into yoga, but in yoga, you want to just gradually, day by day, week by year, year by year, and decade by decade, build into yoga, into your asanas, into meditating, eating sattvic. It's a whole huge philosophy, yoga is. It's got a huge amount of literature. It's got Upanishads, the Vedas, and various texts that came from yogis thousands of years ago written. Okay, So just bear in mind there's a huge history in yoga. So just with opening the hips, we'll just have a go at a basic one. Just practice putting the leg up here and just half lotus, Padmasana. Okay, and just stay in that just to unlock the hip for a while. Use the breath. I'm breathing through the mouth at the moment, like a straw, blowing out. So it's a detoxifying breath. So breathing in, and then breathing out. That helps. Also, yogis believe that the skin, the biggest organ in the body, acts as a third lung with diffusing and prana and getting rid of toxins as well. So there's a whole, dynamic energy inward and outward with your body going on constantly, obviously. So that just play around with it, just sitting there, okay, and then just come out of that pose, and then you can try the other hip. You're just working away at it. It's something gradually you get into. I'm just sitting in half lotus. You can use mudras. This is just yogi mudra, okay? It just helps the circulation, the circulating prana in your body. You've got various mudras that you can use, okay? And now we're going to have a go at doing the full lotus pose. Just have a go at it. You don't have to, And just use yogi mudra. And just practice with a light heart. If there's too much, if the pain's out here, you want to be working within here. So just break it into half lotus if you can't do full lotus. And you just want to be gently every day doing your practice, your asanas, your breathing, just expanding. Yoga is about expanding your consciousness. And there's obviously different levels of yogis that are attained. So you just want to be constantly working at expanding your consciousness. And asanas, which we're doing now, postures, what they do, you've got 72,000 nadis roughly in your body. And nadis are tubes that take in prana. And by doing asanas, you're cleansing the nadis. Where the nadis intersect, they make up all your chakra wheels, which are vortexes predominantly along your your spine, and along the spine you've got your Muladhara at the base, Swatisthana, water, Manipura, which is your distributor of energy, Anahata, heart chakra, Vishuddha, communication, Anjana, and Sansara chakra. Okay, so just remember, yoga is way more than just asanas. It's a whole philosophy. It's a very direct way to expand your consciousness. Okay, so I hope that helped. So just work away each day at it with a light heart, and just practice radiating joy and love. When you're ever in a situation when your mind's going down, just stop for a minute and radiate joy and love outwards. If anybody's giving you a hard time, which they do sometimes, just radiate joy and love. I know some people it's difficult, but just keep radiating that. And as you grow as a yogi, your consciousness expands and you realize we're part of everything. So that's the ultimate with yoga, is realizing that we are one. We are part of everything. Okay, so thanks very much for tuning in. Tap to subscribe, and lots of love on your path. Alyogi. Namaste.